The studio lights at Live with Kelly and Mark glowed a little brighter than usual that morning, but maybe it wasn't the bulbs at all. Maybe it was the electricity between the show's co-hosts, married duo Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, who turned an offhand Pilates injury confession into one of their signature flirty, on-air exchanges. Kelly, impeccably styled in a chic floral dress and heels that would intimidate most, leaned over her cue cards and confessed to the studio audience that she had started the day a little worse for wear. "I threw my neck out," she announced, hand instinctively reaching toward the sore spot as she rotated her head gingerly. "Pilates has officially betrayed me. After years of loyalty, it turned on me overnight." The audience chuckled. Mark, sitting just inches away, leaned forward with that trademark grin that has followed him through years of soap operas and primetime dramas. His delivery was instantaneous, equal parts playful husband and mischievous co-host. "I wish I was involved in that," he teased. The crowd gasped, then roared. Kelly, of course, rolled her eyes in the way only a spouse of more than 2 decades can, and shot back with her usual quick-fire wit. "That's not how Pilates works, Mark. But if you thought the moment would fade, you'd be underestimating the pair who've built their careers on banter that straddles the line between comedy and couples therapy. From Pilates woe to playful glow." Kelly explained the mishap with her typical blend of self-deprecation and drama. She described herself attempting a Pilates move that, in theory, should have left her feeling lengthened and centered. Instead, she found herself wincing in pain, with her neck stiffened like she had slept in the wrong position for a week straight. "You know the move where you're supposed to roll through the spine? Well, apparently my spine doesn't roll anymore," Kelly quipped. Mark nodded sympathetically, at least at first. But the sympathy didn't last long before he slipped in another cheeky remark. "Pilates is dangerous, people. You need a spotter," he said, pointing to himself with mock seriousness. "A very hands-on spotter." Kelly sighed and shook her head, though her smile betrayed that she wasn't truly annoyed. It's this very dance, his relentless charm against her mock resistance, that has kept audiences tuning in since Mark took over co-hosting duties full-time in 2023. Audience eats it up. The studio audience, already primed for laughs after Kelly's injury tale, practically howled at Mark's flirtation. The laughter wasn't just about the joke itself, but about the comfort level the couple brings to morning television. On a show where co-hosts often have to manufacture chemistry, Kelly and Mark never have to fake it. Their 28-year marriage provides endless anecdotes, quips, and inside jokes that spill out daily, making viewers feel like they're peeking into a slightly chaotic, deeply affectionate household. "That's marriage right there," one audience member whispered loudly enough to be caught on mic, earning yet another chuckle from the crowd. "A marriage that doubles as a comedy routine." Kelly and Mark's marriage has long been the subject of fascination for fans. They met on the set of All My Children in the 1990s, when Kelly played Haley Vaughn and Mark played Mateo Santos. Sparks flew instantly, both on and off screen, and by 1996, they had eloped in Las Vegas. Nearly 3 decades later, their chemistry still crackles, sometimes so much that even their kids publicly groan. Their 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, have all admitted in interviews that watching their parents flirt on TV can be a little much. But what makes it work for television is that their flirting is never just for show. It feels lived in, organic, and a little unpolished the way real couples are. Turning pain into entertainment. Back on the set, Kelly continued to massage her neck as she attempted to move on to the next segment, but Mark wouldn't let the Pilates thread die so easily. "You know what they say," Mark grinned. "No pain, no gain." Kelly raised an eyebrow. "No pain, no neck mobility." He leaned in closer, lowering his voice like he was letting the audience in on a secret. "If you need me to give you a neck massage later, you know where to find me." The crowd went wild again. Kelly laughed and shook her head once more, muttering something about how this is not that kind of show. But of course, Liv has always been exactly that kind of show. Equal parts talk, comedy, confession, and unscripted couples banter. The magic of their on-air dynamic. What separates this husband-wife team from other co-hosting duos is the delicate balance they strike between humor and heart. When Kelly jokes about throwing out her neck, it isn't just filler, it's an entry point into something more personal, more human. Mark, for his part, never misses a chance to play the charming foil. He's the guy who says what half the audience is thinking but wouldn't dare say aloud. It's a dynamic that transforms everyday inconveniences, like a Pilates mishap, into shared television moments that ripple across social media by afternoon. Sure enough, within hours of the broadcast, clips of the exchange began making the rounds online. Fans flooded comment sections with laughing emojis and declarations like, "Get you a man who flirts with you after 28 years of marriage." Why viewers can't get enough. Morning television thrives on comfort. Viewers tune in not just for celebrity interviews or cooking segments, but for the sense that they're sitting at the kitchen table with familiar faces. With Kelly and Mark, that familiarity comes with an added layer of intimacy because their relationship isn't staged. When Mark flirts with Kelly on air, it doesn't feel like an act. It feels like a genuine continuation of a conversation they've been having for decades, one that just happens to have cameras rolling. And when Kelly shuts him down with a quick one-liner, that's the marriage magic. It reassures viewers that behind every playful jab is a foundation of trust and affection. A love story that keeps rewriting itself. From their soap opera beginnings to parenting 3 children, navigating Hollywood, and now sharing the live stage, Kelly and Mark have managed to keep their partnership not just intact but thriving. What makes this latest Pilates moment stand out is how emblematic it is of their larger story. Life threw Kelly's neck a curveball, and Mark turned it into a flirtatious punchline. That's them in a nutshell, turning minor bumps into moments of laughter. Closing out the segment. By the end of the Pilates anecdote, Kelly had successfully moved the show along to a cooking demonstration, but not before Mark slipped in one last wink at the audience. "Don't worry, America," he said, "I'll take care of her after the show." Kelly buried her face in her hands, laughing. "This is what I live with, people. Pray for me." The audience applauded as the cameras cut to commercial. But even as the lights dimmed, the sense lingered that viewers had just witnessed another unscripted gem in the ongoing sitcom that is Kelly and Mark's marriage. The bigger picture. What happened that morning was more than just a funny moment about Pilates. It was a reminder of why audiences continue to tune in. In an era where so much on television feels scripted or manufactured, Kelly and Mark's dynamic feels refreshingly authentic.